If you're thinking of making a move to the Temecula area in 2025, this video is an important watch. I'm going to go through 7, 8, 9 things that are facts in regards to helping you make a move and educate you on things that you should look out for before moving or while moving to Temecula. I'm also going to throw into some opinions of mine, but I can assure you that I will not BS you, and I'll give you everything, whether it's positive or negative, and everything that you're going to need to know before making that move. So let's get into the video. Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is home prices and how they continue to rise in Temecula. Number one fact, Temecula in the Inland Empire has probably had one of the largest increases in regards to percentage-wise in 2024. Why? Now, this is my opinion, but why is that? Number one, it's very hard in Southern California now to find a city that doesn't have bad parts to it. Even in Orange County, there are so many cities that you can drive through that you'll have a beautiful area in a part of the city, and then there's a part of the city that you just don't want to live. Drugs, of course, they're everywhere, but you're not going to have, like we had when we moved from the beach in San Clemente, waking up in the morning by the beach and have people screaming and yelling and singing at 7 a.m. because they're high on drugs. Yes, they're here, but is it prevalent to the point where you are worried or it stresses you out or it just doesn't make for a good quality of life? Personally, no, you don't see it like that. Number three, why prices are going to continue to rise in Temecula is the school system. Again, you can look through the school boards, school systems in each individual city. Temecula is going to be at the top of that list, not only in Southern California, but all throughout California. People are moving here specifically for the schools. And when you have a mass amount of people moving here because the school system is, let's be honest, pretty shitty throughout America overall, that is going to increase prices. And finally, and this is just my opinion because it does get really hot here in the summer, but you can't get better weather than Southern California. So regardless of the politics, regardless of whether or not you want to move to what you would say is a more liberal state overall, you are always going to have people moving here because when I wake up, even in the winter, it is many days 70 degrees. One of the benefits of being a little inland compared to the beach is you don't get the burn off where you don't see the sun, like at the beach, May, June, July. I remember the last couple of years we lived there, I didn't see the sun till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's different here in the Inland Empire or inland just generally throughout Southern California. You do not get the fog rolling in, and pretty much from sun up to sundown, unless it's raining, you are going to see the sun. Now, make sure you understand that in the summer, it gets hot. If you do not like 100, 105 degrees for, let's call it 20 to 25 days, you're not going to like it here. But one of the things, again, that is a benefit to home prices rising, again, we're getting back to the weather, is when I wake up in the morning or when I sleep at night, it's a cool anywhere from 50 to 60 degrees a lot of times throughout the year. But it increases in regards to temperature very quickly in the morning. So by 10 o'clock, you're anywhere from 65 to 85 degrees. Makes for great sleeping weather. And again, as long as you're out in the morning during the summer months, you can still go out and do your thing up till probably 10:30, 11 o'clock before it gets really, really hot. Okay, number two. Make sure when you're shopping for a home in Temecula, you watch for A, Mello-Roos, and B, HOAs. HOAs, in my opinion, they have the good and the bad. The good is you're not going to inherit a crappy neighbor 2 years down the line that doesn't want to take care of their curb appeal, which undoubtedly will bring your home's value down. I have shown many homes are not in HOA communities, and I was telling my buyers, do not buy this house, do not buy this house, because of the neighborhood around them in regards to keeping up with the curb appeal. It is a thing, it is real, and I promise you that there are going to be many buyers. If you don't have a nice curb appeal throughout the community, they will not buy or just take it off their list. So I think that is one positive with the HOAs, is that it does keep the community up and it looks good all the time. Now, the negative, and people talk negatively about HOAs. I would say that the biggest hurdle that most people in this area will have to get over is not being able to park their RV. I would say 95% of HOAs throughout the communities in Temecula, maybe more, are not going to allow you to park an RV. And many people in this region do have RVs. So that would be the biggest negative. Now, next up is Mello-Roos. The Mello-Roos tax can range anywhere from $500 a year all the way up to $4,000 a year. My general rule of thumb is that the newer the home, the higher the taxes. So you need to make sure that when you are getting approved for your loan and you have that number of what you can afford or what you feel comfortable with, when you are shopping for a home, you need to look at the Mello-Roos tax before you actually look at the home. If your approval's for $700,000 and you have a $4,500 yearly HOA fee, you might not qualify for that home. Nor you might not even want that home because of the tax rate. So those are two of the things that you really have to look out for and be okay with also when moving to Temecula. Okay, I'm not going to spend much time on this. I already talked about why home prices are going to continue to rise, the school system. All I can say is I have had at least 15 people in the last 2 years want to move to Temecula and mention Great Oak High School. I have no idea, never had kids go there, but I have heard that this is the gem of high schools around. So regardless of whether it's elementary, middle, or high school, the schools in Temecula are really, really good. Traffic's an absolute mess. The 15 freeway is a mess. I'm hoping once the construction gets done on the 15 freeway going north, it's going to get a little bit better. But just be aware that it is a commuter city and it's awful, especially on the freeway. It can get really bad within the city of Temecula during the times that most people are on the road, early mornings and 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. So just be aware of that. If you can't handle traffic, don't even move to Southern California. The overall lifestyle in Temecula, I would say, is a really good one. You've got the wineries, you have Old Town, you have movie theaters, you have tons of restaurants. There really is a lot to do, and it allows you, one of the things that a lot of people, because I'm on tons of Facebook groups of people that move out of California and comment, would they move back? And although there are a lot of negatives about California, it always seems that the people that leave, 85% of them want to move back. And whether it's the weather, whether it's convenience, whether it's being able to go to the ocean, going skiing, all within one day if you really wanted to, Temecula specifically has absolutely everything you are going to need within a 15 to 20 minute drive. So not only do you have the beautiful wineries or the bars in Old Town and restaurants, but for your everyday convenience, you're never going to be more than 3 to 5 miles away from what you need. And why is that important? Because of traffic, because of the hectic daily life here in California and how hectic it can be, dropping your kids off at school, picking them up. You don't want to be far away from all of these daily things that you need to do. And Temecula gives you the opportunity to always be within a short distance of the things that you need. Okay, so although new building has really, it's ramped up to the fact that we're getting apartments, some condos, multi-level homes. There's a new development going on the west side of the 15 freeway. You can see it when you're driving by. But there is not going to be as much new building, I would say, moving forward in Temecula, which is also going to increase prices just because we don't have the room to build anymore. So there are benefits to older homes versus newer homes. I don't want to get into that's a whole other video. And I'd be glad to have a discussion with you on my feelings on older homes versus newer homes. But just be aware that they are both out there. But are you going to find the HOA communities that are traditionally here being built anytime soon? Probably not. So there's lots of options. There are homes that, even though there are no new home communities really being built, the difference between Temecula and a lot of other areas of the Inland Empire is it's a relatively new city. The building has gone on massively over the last 20 to 30 years. So you are not going to find really the 100 or 80-year-old homes. So although they are older, I guess, if you call 20 to 30 years old, they aren't going to be as old as, let's just say, Riverside or parts of Corona, Moreno Valley. The homes in the 60s in Temecula really just don't exist that often. Finally, I don't care if you work with me or somebody else, just make sure that you interview them on the phone if you're moving here and they understand every single community, every single in and out. They understand what areas of Temecula are going to bring the most value. There's so much information that the only way you can know this is A, living here, and B, actually being in the industry for a long period of time. So again, regardless of whether it's me or somebody else, just make sure you interview them and you ask the important questions and make sure that when they answer you, you get a good sense that they are being honest and truthful and they really do know the area. So there you have it, guys. 7 or 8 things that you should know before moving to Temecula in 2025. Make sure you subscribe, and until next time, thank you.